Hi there, and welcome to another Motley Crew feature. This one's called Double Trouble, and actually is two games recorded consecutively back in July. And it features Shannon in the Massachusetts, Breck in the Loyang, and Chiz in the Caprice. And here we go. We're on two brothers, and they've spawned on the southern side, basically covering that central channel. Now, as usual, and you can see this game's actually starts about a minute and a half into the match. The guys move forward, just covering for an early push down that central channel, which unfortunately, well, fortunately sometimes, teams seem to think is a good idea. Okay, Breck and Cheers decide to push to the western side, i.e. to our left as we're looking, and Shannon moves to support. We already spot a red team Benson out there. And there's a second, it's a Azure Lane Yukikaze. Shannon gets shots on. And as we keep saying, battleships can, in fact, battleships should always shoot at destroyers, whether you've got HE or AP loaded. Okay, the guys and destroyers have pushed out and started spamming out torpedoes. They know there's at least two destroyers out there, a Benson and a Yukikaze. More shots on the Yukikaze. And there's a Loyang. Shannon gets first blood and destroys the Yukikaze and gets a shot off at that Loyang. And you'll now see a blue team, another Massachusetts decides to muscle his way through. Not quite sure what he thought he was doing there, but never mind. He decides to push ahead. Shannon is going to hold back. Yeah. Trying to get separation. Two ships close together are a very vulnerable target. His secondaries immediately open up on the Tallinn, and there's an Odin pushing down as well. And if you look on the mini-map, on the eastern side, the Reds are making a positive push. There's at least 3 battleships and a destroyer pushing down quite aggressively. And they've already taken out one of the blue team destroyers. But one destroyer down for each team. Shots out on the Odin. Now you've got to be careful with Odin. She has got torpedoes. And there's the Benson. Shots on the Benson. Destroyers are always a priority target. And he gets his second kill with a close quarters expert. So that's 2 destroyers to the Massachusetts. And his secondaries are now engaging the Odin. And you'll notice that Massachusetts that pushed in he's going to try and go head to head with the Odin. Shannon gets shots on. And there's a Loyang. So it's just quite an aggressive push by the red team. Okay, that Massachusetts goes down. And the Odin falls to the blue team's New Orleans. Now, Shannon's noticed that the red team are pushing quite aggressively down the eastern flank. So he reverses to engage their battleships. As I said, looks like 3 battleships coming down. So we've seen there's a Strasbourg and a red team Massachusetts, and I think that at the central one is an Iowa. We'll confirm that in a second. Okay, shots on the Massachusetts. The Iowa's looking very low, but it is an Iowa in the centre there. Yeah, good hit on the Massa. Yeah, I thought it was an Iowa. Shannon's secondaries start engaging those battleships. As I said, Massa's got very good secondaries. Shots on the Massa, who's gone virtually broadside. Another good hit. But his secondaries are engaging the Iowa, I believe. And there's Cheers, who lays a smoke screen. And you'll notice he doesn't sit in the smoke screen. Cheers uses his load detection distance to actually go and spot. All too often destroyers will sit in their smoke screen, and it means they can't spot. Shots on that Iowa. Meanwhile, Chiz puts torps out, and the Iowa's gone. That's kill number 3. So he's lining up a shot on the Massa now. It was a short-term British smokescreen, but it did the job. No, he's changed. He's now going to hit the Strasbourg, I believe. Yeah. Shots on the Strasbourg. That was a good hit. And I think that's one of the Strasbourg's guns. Certainly disabled. And looks like on the mini-map, Breck in the Royang is also pushing down, because he can see that the red team are making quite a considerable push from this eastern flank. And we know there was a destroyer with them. We'll need to keep an eye out for that. More shots on the Strasbourg. I think Breck's also spammed out torps. Yeah, and there's a Talon coming down as well. So Shannon in a potential crossfire situation here. The Talon sinks the blue team's New Orleans, who got that Odin earlier. But our guys have got a torpedo crossfire, if you saw there. Breck torp coming in from our left as we're looking, and Chiz shooting from the right, and Shannon gets the Strasbourg. That's kill number 4. His secondaries open up on the Talon as well. Okay, blue team are down at the moment though. There's only the 3 guys in the division left to the red team's 4. More shots out on the Talon. Yeah, and as I suspect, if you look at the mini-map, you'll see that the red team destroyer is down here. It's a Fletcher. In fact, both their destroyers are down here by the looks of things. Shannon's secondaries are cooking off. That's a high caliber for Shannon. And I think this is the kill shot. Oh no, not quite. The Loyang, Breck's Loyang sinks the Fletcher to the south of the home cap. Maybe this one. Yeah, there we go, Kraken. Nice one, Shannon. So that leaves I think it's the Strasbourg still, and a destroyer on the red team versus the Massachusetts and the Loyang on the blue team. So Chiz was actually sunk by the Fletcher, but Breck got his revenge. Yeah, the Strasbourg's on our last legs. And Shannon's secondaries, or Shannon gets a hit on that Strasbourg. That means that's a 6-pack. Nice one, Shannon. 6-pack. But the guys know there is another red team destroyer down here. They are slightly in the lead. And we've got about 3 minutes left, 3.5 minutes left of this game. Okay, Shannon spotted, which means the destroyer definitely has line of sight. Brett indicates where he thinks the destroyer is. I think he's probably right. You notice Shannon's not steering in a straight line. He's changing direction to confuse a torpedo strike. Brett launches zoning torpedoes. So they suspect that the enemy destroyer, which I believe is a Loyang, is somewhere up to the west of the central channel, but in the cap. He's definitely in the cap because he's now flipping it, which not only turning it for the red team, it's also stopping the blue team accruing points, which is going to have an impact, as you'll see. There's the red destroyer's torpedoes. He's fired both racks, and unfortunately one catches Breck. As you see now, the red team are in the lead. Okay, all Shannon can do now is push into that cap, to stop the red team turning it, the red destroyer turning it. He can't accrue points, obviously, but also to try and see if he can get shots on the red team destroyer. Now, if the red team destroyer's got any sense, and I suspect he has, he won't be staying in one position, he'll be moving around. Shannon has no sonar. It's just going to be line of sight, and he knows he's spotted, as you can see on the screen. Just about a minute left, and the red team are starting to pull ahead now. Yeah, they're about 100 points up, so in order to win this, they have to sink the destroyer. He's going as fast as he can to get into the cap, stop the red team turning it. Nearly there, but he is rapidly running out of time now. Okay, he's now contesting the cap, but we're down to the last 10 seconds. There's the Loyang's torpedoes. Shannon takes one, and there she is. Too late, unfortunately. Well, that was a good game. Well done, Shannon. 6-pack, but a loss. And he picks up a Dreadnought, a Kraken, First Blood, Close Quarters Expert, and a High Caliber. Well done the other guys, and good game to the red team as well. I hope you enjoyed that, and hang around or stick around because we've got another game coming up very shortly that was actually filmed. It came directly after this game, so we'll see you in a second. Okay, for the second game we have Shannon in the Atlantico. Cheers is in the Plymouth, and Brett is once again in the Loyang. As I said, this game was recorded, was the next game they played, recorded straight away afterwards. So as you can see, we're on shards, and they've got what is arguably the favourite spawn, the B spawn, not. Ships to look out for on the opposing team. There's a Congress which has got radar, so Brett will have to be careful of that. 2 destroyers on each team, and 3 cruisers, 4 battleships, and we're off. So the guys start pushing forward. And initially it looks like they were going to come into this, the northern side of the B spawn, or the B cap rather. But they changed their minds and they're going to push towards the southern side of the B cap. Chiz turns out and starts heading towards the small island to the southwest of B. They change there. Meanwhile, Brett pushes around and is going to start spotting the northern side of the B cap. Now it's a toss-up where the red team destroyers are. Usually they spawn opposite where the destroyers are on the blue team. We see there's probably a red destroyer on the A cap, because that's starting to turn for the red team. They spot an Eastern Dragon out there. And Chiz is starting to wail on the Eastern Dragon. There's the Congress. She can be dangerous for Brett, as I said, she's got radar. Brett launches zoning torpedoes into the B cap, and it looks like the other red destroyer is on the B cap as the B cap is being turned, and there's a Massa out there as well. Shannon gets shots on the Congress, and whichever destroyer is in the B cap has obviously spammed out torch itself. Meanwhile, Shannon's secondaries start picking off the Eastern Dragon, and Breck is pushing into B cap. Shannon's coming round to support. They're both spotted, or certainly Shannon spotted. And there it is, an Ursa Gertland. And immediately the Atlantic Coast secondaries light up and start pummeling the Ursa Gertland. Chiz, I suspect, sets off his radar in case the Ursa Gertland. There he goes, he's gone anyway. First blood for Shannon, close quarters expert. It managed to get torps off, but it looks like Shannon's going to straight line him anyway. Brett immediately pushes into the B cap to start turning it, while Shannon starts engaging the red team ships over on the Alpha cap. And it looks like our guy, the blue team are capturing the Charlie cap. And there's a Massa out there, saw him earlier. There's Chiz wailing on the Massa. Shannon's secondaries are starting to fire on the Massa. It's basically like having 2 destroyers strapped to the side of the battleship with the Atlantic Coast secondaries. Yeah, big hit on the Massa. And yeah, you can see the secondaries are starting to fight into the Massachusetts. So it looks like, apart from the Gertland, the red team who spawned on the B cap pushed towards A. There's the second destroyer. Gadget Major, got your mother. Shots on her. She's put torps out. There. I suspect they're actually aimed for Cheers in the Plymouth, the way they're going. So the guys are now after the Gadget Major. There goes Cheers. And his dragon is poking its head out. Probably not a good idea. Shots on from Shannon. Yeah. That's kill number 2. Okay, Chiz is now going to engage the Gadget Major and get shot there. There she is. She's come out the smoke screen. And there's also a Congress behind the island there as well. And I suspect that's the Congress's radar that's lit off. Torps out. Shannon rather gets shots on the Gadget Major and his secondaries again light up. Congress is starting to push round. Possibly not the best idea. She's got 2 ships in close proximity. Shannon and the Atlantic Current pushing around in the Plymouth. Gets quite a big hit off her. Meanwhile, Chiz is engaging the Gadget. She is the most important target, destroyer. The red team, Massa is starting to push. She's virtually dead, and Shannon's secondaries will pick her off. Yeah, I thought so. That's kill number 3 with a close quarters expert. And now they're both wailing on the Congress. Torps from the Gadget Major. I think Shannon's good, yeah, he picks up a couple of torps. Meanwhile, shots on the Congress. There's Chiz wailing on it as well. That Gadget Major is on low health.
Problem solved, sir.
I don't think either of these two are going to be around much longer. Congress is going to burn out. Yeah, that's another kill for Shannon. That's kill number 4. So Cheers and Shannon now turn towards the Gadget Major. Torps out from Chiz. And they're aware there's a North Carolina behind them. There's the Gadget Major. Shannon's secondaries pick her up. Gets a fire. Chiz gets a kill. But unfortunately the Gadget gets Chiz in return. So it's 4 ships on the blue team versus 3 on the red team, and the blue team have at least a 250 point lead. Okay, there's a red team of Malfi that's pushing out from the Charlie Cap. I think they're going to deal with this North Carolina first. She's the closest threat. She is starting to turn the Alpha Cap. She's just outside Shannon's secondary range at the moment, but not for long. You can see she's got a fire burning. And there they go. And I think she's just DC'd the fire. And then Shannon's secondaries light up. Yeah, they're starting to get hits on her. There you go, another fire. I think that's a permanent fire now.
The ship is on fire.
Yeah, there she's gone. Another close quarters expert. And that's the Kraken. 2 games in a row now, Shannon's got the Kraken. Good play, Shannon. Okay, next ship's the Amalfi. She's pushed round the B-Cat. Blue destroyer out to the east of her. Tried to talk, but I don't think that any hit. Shannon's secondaries are engaging. And he's got a fire on it already. As you can see, hit point counter keeps scrolling up. He picks up a high caliber. And those are torps from the mouth being shot on. Brett's also pushed torps towards the Amalfi, and he picks up a Confederate as well. Second set of torps on the Amalfi. I think the blue team Mart has also spammed out torps towards the Amalfi. Oh, nearly. That was a big hit from Shannon.
Our victory is in sight. Problem solved, sir.
And there she goes. That's a 6-pack. There's just the red team battleship left, the KGV, who's pushing round. Brett launches torps. Unfortunately, the KGV gets Breck. Shannon's just waiting for her to come into sight now. There she is. Shots on. And his secondaries are also lighting up as well. There is a blue team destroyer, battleship rather, in the B-Cat, to the west of Shannon, who's also whaling on the KGV. But you can see Shannon's secondaries are quite relentless. KGV's gone broadside, and he's on fire. More shots on from the other battleship. It's difficult to tell whether she'll outlast the game being, oh no, she's gone. So that's a jackpot, 7 kills for Shannon, who picks up a Dreadnought, Kraken, First Blood, Confederate, 3 close quarters experts and a high caliber. Great game, Shannon. Well done. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll have more games for you very soon.